doing? Hi, everybody. There's some weird lights going on in here tonight. We're in the art room in my disastrous mess. How is everyone? I believe that we are live on Facebook. Or on Facebook, good Lord. On YouTube. Facebook is having none of it. Hey, babe, are you ready? How are you? How are you doing, love? It's bedtime. You know what? I didn't change this show with the time change. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it. It's awful late for y'all. It's like 10:45 on a Friday night. Hi, everybody. You survived the kids. That's good. Well, you know, I'm going to work on some ATCs, and I don't know how long we're going to stay on. I guess it kind of depends on y'all, because I'm technically supposed to be working on a custom wire wrap piece right now. But I haven't been in my art room for so long, like forever. Hi, Alice. How are you, babe? Did you get the kiddos fed? Oh my gosh, these listings are going to drive me. Hi, everyone. We're going to work on some ATCs. If you are unaware, I run a monthly ATC swap, and anyone is welcome to join. I pulled everything out to make a bracelet, and we're in the art room. See how I am? Just throwing you all day long. Yeah, this is what sits on my phone stand, I would just like to say. Isn't that gorgeous? Just throw that out there. Karen made that for me, and she rocks. Anyhow, hi, if you're new to me, I'm Tam. I know that you've seen me in the bead room a lot lately, but I need to get some artist trading cards done. I run a monthly artist trading card swap. Everyone is welcome to join. It's pretty. It sits on my phone stand with like all my little sketches. You basically make 10 ATCs, keep one for yourself. You mail me 9. I swap them all out, and then I mail you 9 different artist trading cards from all over the United States, from all of your whatnot besties. And it is loads of fun. If you are interested in joining us, it is a themed thing each month. And for the life of me, I don't remember what the themes are, and I don't have my notebook in here. It's in the bead room. So March's theme is in your house, right? Karen, keep me straight. Judy, somebody keep me straight. Alice, pretty sure it's in your house. And that is thank you. It is very subjective. And when I did that, I thought it would be very easy, and it confused the crap out of a lot of people. So, for clarification, all of my themes are up to interpretation, your artistic interpretation. In your house or houses could be an ATC with houses on it, literal. It could be you have a collection of raccoons figurines. So you could do a trading card with raccoons on it. You could have landscape paintings in your house. So it could be a landscape. Why are you saying shit? Judy, I love you right now. I am such a hot mess. I'm even going to screenshot it just for future reference. Judy keeps me together in the chat. She like answers questions when I'm gone. Raccoons. I said that because I used to collect raccoon figurines. I don't know. It could be your art supplies. You collect art supplies, so do an ATC with art supplies on it. I mean, it is wide open. It could be your kids, so you could have little kids. It could be you garden or you have plants. Of course, my dad started it. You could do your craft hoard. I mean, there are so many things, right? So many things. And I thought I would make it easy by doing that, and I just confused the crap out of everybody. So for that, I'm sorry. I should have clarified craft hoard. My craft hoard's getting ready to go bye-bye. The raid train that I'm doing with Dana Fancy Feathers is it's kind of I wasn't really aware of what I was signing up for, right? And here we are. So April 13th is Artisan Creative Train. If you want to spend a whole day watching amazing creators show their stuff, join us in the Artisan Creative Train. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. And I still can't believe she's 41. I think she's lying. Anywho, um, fragmented artist, hello. So the 13th is Artisan Creative Train. The 15th is the Crafty D Stash Train with Dana's Fancy Feathers. And yeah, it's going to be a whole fun thing. I am starting to put things together. It's going to be sudden death, $3 starts, regardless of what it is. So it's going to be fun, interesting. At least I'll get some stuff cleared out of here. So, as for the ATCs, as I'm looking at this in your house, and I grabbed this stamp set for embossing, and I don't know where I'm going to go with this in my house, but we'll figure that out because that's how I roll. I wanted to show you a couple of things that I love doing. I'm sure a lot of you have done master boards, and master boards are fun to do. This is kind of a watercolor version, and instead of collaging onto it, we are painting and stamping and embossing and make a master board for artist trading cards. It's something that I've done many, many times. I've shown you, and these actually would be perfect for in your house. This is the finished product. So you have your embossing, you've got stamping, you've got watercolor, got all the things here, right? And this is what they look like in the end. What I'm going to do here is show you the process of getting there. Yeah, so here we go. Let's see if I can get the stuff without knocking everything over. I can honestly say that I have not worked in my art room for almost a month. We had a ton of in-person shows. I've been working in the bead room, working on inventory, and it's just been a whole lot of stuff. So we're going to start out with watercolor paper. I really love this watercolor paper for this particular thing. I use different paper when I'm creating art, when I'm actually, when I'm creating art. When I'm doing actual watercolor paintings, I use a higher quality, but this paper is inexpensive. It's easy to access, and it works really well for making ATCs. It is 140 pound, 300 GSM. It's fairly thick, so it gives you a nice thickness for your artist trading cards, and it's easy to work on. It is cold pressed, so it does have texture, which I actually like. Um, this pad of paper, um, it's B Paper Company. Their art supplies are fairly good quality. Um, and you get 50 sheets of 9 by 12, and you can pick this up at Walmart for like $15. So it is just an amazing deal if you're starting with watercoloring, if you are um, just learning, starting out, whatever. Um, this is a good one to go with. My video on YouTube is frozen, so we'll see how that works out for us. Um, I've pulled 4 sheets. When I do my swaps, I normally do 2 sheets in the same colorway just because, as the swap host, I want to make sure that I have one of everybody's cards so I can show them off. Have you all gotten your swaps? No, you haven't. Because Karen and Alice, yours are still at my house. I'm an idiot. I forgot to put them in your packages. So, would you like me to show you your artist trading cards? Give you an idea of what our swaps look like. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I just realized that. I didn't do that. Okay. This is, these are the swaps. Do you mind me ruining your surprise? Karen, Alice, your choice, because you two haven't gotten your cards yet. No, maybe so. Go for it. Thank you. All right. So to give you an idea of what our groups look like, this one is by Alice. It's called Trust. This one is Pumeras. This one is Angel. Wendy. Judy. Judy, did you get this trim from Renee? It's gorgeous. Tasha LeRae. Jessica Boba Fett. Karen. See, I don't have to turn them over. Katie. Sharon. Maybe a dress you cut. Oh, that would make sense. It's really pretty. Greta. Scrap Happy. Maria. That was group 1. So we normally do 2 groups. You can join both groups if you want to. You just send me 2 different cards. Here is, oh, those are mine. I did this one. I love me some Crazy Ladies. And I did this one. And I did another one. I ended up having to do 3 sets to get everything swapped out. What was my other one I did? I don't remember. Oh, and I did this one. So I ended up having to make a 3rd set, so I had enough cards to swap everything out. That was That's a whole situation in itself. Yeah, they're good. Here's group 2. Sarita, Amy, trying to remember who this was. There was somebody that I got cards from, and I don't know who it was. It's really cute. I did not recognize their name, and they didn't put their whatnot username in there, and I was very, very confused. And I think these are hers. Anyhow, on we go. Alice, Pamera, hi Tamika, how are you doing, love? Are you at work? These are cool, the 3D. Angel did those. This is Wendy. Judy with all the sewing things. C, doing well though. How's your night? We just got started. I'm gonna make some ATCs. I really need to be in my bead room making wire wrapping some pendants, but I haven't been in the art room for so long. I decided to come play for a little bit. Tasha Lorray. See, this would work for houses. Jessica. Oh, I love this. Hugs and kisses. Karen. Katie. And last but definitely not least, Sharon. I know. I could pick half y'all's out, but I've been swapping them for over a year too. Yeah, I did in the first group. You missed the first group, love. That was group 2. It was group 1. I loved your shaker one though. That was awesome. Shake a shake out. So this is what, if you join our swap, do you want to see group 1? I'll flip through it real quick. So there's Maria, Scrap Happy, Greta, Sharon, Katie, Doodles, Karen, Judy, Jessica, Tasha Lorray, Wendy, Angel, Pamera, and Alice. That was group 1. Shake, 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 shake. God, yeah. Fart nuggets. That was your first ATC shaker. They're fun. I used to do like themed ones where like they make me so happy too. I love playing with shaker cards. I used to, when I ran them at the art store, I would run swaps, and we would have technique ATC swaps where we didn't have themes per se. You had to do a technique. Those were always fun. We did yeah, it's like perfect. We did like shaker cards. We did movable. So you had to have like an interactive card. We would do faux batik. We would do all the different things, right? So it was fun. Hi, Heather. How are you feeling, love? Oh, I come in when you said fart nuggets. That's perfect timing. Hi, Lynn. Yes, Heather, darling, give us an update. We've all been worried about you. Please, please. You can just tell us that you're all good, or you can tell us that you're falling apart and you need some art time. Either way, we're still here for you. So we are running live on YouTube. So you will be able to go back and watch this process if need be. So we're going to start out. I like to emboss some more kind of solid type images that are going to stand out more. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Funeral is done. 3 Caesars in the last couple days. Family to the airport. Oh, lovely. I wish I could reach out and just give you a ginormous hug right now. Well, if you need to talk or you need anything, reach out to me, please. I'm available. I'm happy to see you here. We're playing. Okay, so this is in Stampin' Up! World is an embossing buddy. And it eliminates unwanted specks of embossing powder as well as static and moisture from cardstock and glitter. Works great on all papers, matte vellum, and glossy. Directions. Before stamping with embossing ink, rub pouch over paper and blow away the excess powder. They wrote it for me so I don't have to try to think. So basically what this does is it coats your paper. So the embossing powder or the embossing ink and powder is only going to stick to where you stamp. It's the same kind of stuff. It's like a powdery substance. So you wipe it down. You get rid of the excess. Now, what we need, which I've buried under ATCs, mind you, let's get those off the desk, is an embossing ink. My favorite is Versamark. It's a watermark stamp, but it is amazing for embossing. There's just no two ways about it. I have a lot of the other ones. I have different brands, and over the years, the one that works the best for me is always the Versamark. I think I'm going to grab this like medium size mandala. I think that's probably going to be the way to go tonight. We'll see. We'll probably do another type of thing, another image with the other 2 pages. And like I said, for the ATCs, I'm doing 2 sheets, which is going to make, is this even? It is. Which is going to make 20 cards. You're kicked back in your chair and ready to engage. Awesome. Well, you can hang and watch me make a mess. Both sets house related. Yep. You missed my spiel on that. So I'm going to go back into my spiel on that. I said houses are in your house. And my thought process when I said that was you can do literal, which is houses. Oh, I can't see if this is actually working. Like a toddler. I know. I love you. I'm going to see if this is actually doing what it's supposed to do. But we're going to do something first. We're turning off the fan. Because it's going to blow embossing powder everywhere, and that's just a pain in the tush. can't even see this. I'm blind. So my thought process when I said that was this. You can do literal houses, or you can do things in your house, whether you have a collection. One of the things that we determined was, we all have art hoards, so anything to do with your artwork would work. Okay, that's working. I just wanted to check. It didn't look, or raccoons. Creeped. Karen, I didn't mean to creep you out. There's a childhood trauma story behind that. What else can you do? Your art supplies. You can do beads. You can do plants. You can do maybe you garden. Maybe you have a favorite pet that lives in your house. Anything that is in your house is fair game. Your kids. Oh, I can't see where I stamped, so we're going to hope. This is the only good thing about tinted embossing powder is you can actually see where you've stamped, and I'm just blindly stamping here, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how this turns out. I'm dipping it in Versamark ink. It is an embossing ink, and it's sticky. So you spread your embossing powder over it, and it sticks to it. See if I can refrain from making a mess. Doing a whole page. This is one of those, don't do this at home if you are not adept at embossing. Don't do a whole page at a time. Just saying. Yeah, I double stamped that. Okay. Unless you're prepared for a mess. Because, messes. I missed this spot over here too. Jeez, oh Pete, camera. You want to tap off all the excess. Puppies are good. And I don't know if you can see. It's hard to see. But you can see where the clear embossing is. You can see I double stamped it there. It's a whole thing. But, so for right now, I'm just going to set that down. And, hi Mapes. How you doing, babes? Are you feeling better this evening? Sent puppy pics. Okay, let me get through this disaster before I make a mess everywhere. Good job. So this little embossing tray is awesome for this. They actually make them in much larger ones, but the one that I had is like a 9x12 one. The 9x12 one I have is currently in my bead room, and I use it in there. So see how nifty that was? Bam. Right? Bless it. I don't have to deal with that anymore. Yeah. Embossing in this. So I'm going to turn on my heat gun. So if you have sound on in your ears, unplug or turn way down. Sometimes Whatnot filters this and sometimes it doesn't. So you take a heat gun, and what has happened is the embossing ink holds the embossing powder in place until you heat set it. And then once you heat set it, It's raised. It melts it and it's raised on your paper. I should have done this on a dark cardstock so you could like physically see it happening. I don't know if it's really that visible. I will get this sheet done, and then I'll grab a colored embossing powder so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, yeah, absolutely. I'm just doing it as a under for my ATCs. Embossing powder comes in 5 bazillion different colors, and I'll show you in just a second. Well, actually, it's going to be more than a second because this is taking forever. This is actually watercolor paper. It's a 140-pound GSM, and I use this because I like to watercolor my backgrounds when I'm making ATCs. Kind of like you would make a master board with collage, I make a master board for my ATCs with paints. And it's a process that, I don't know, I've been doing it for years. I'm sure somebody taught me. I'm sure I didn't come up with the idea. I probably have adapted what other people have done over the years. But I like having, for the consistency of my artist trading card swap, I have the consistency of a background, and it's each one is a little bit different because as you watercolor it, you're going to get different areas of color as you cut your ATCs. So it makes my ADHD brain happy that not everything is exactly the same, but yet they're the same. Because I'm using the same saying on each ATC, I'm using the same stamp, the same embellishments, but my backgrounds are always just a little bit different. Oh, Lord, this is taking forever. Oh, and please be advised, this will burn you. It is hot. And if you're doing it on your glass mat like I'm doing right now, your glass can get hot and your glass can burn you. It's a whole thing. Don't try this at home. No, actually do try it at home, but just be safe about it. Embossing will not work well with a like a blow dryer, because I know a lot of people, it's a whole situation. It's taken forever. I should have pre-done this, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. But I do want to grab a colored embossing powder and show you embossing and what, so you can actually see because this is so light. I did it clear on white on purpose. It's a tanism. sticky situation. I think that started out as a Mapleism, but I don't know whether she got it from me or I got it from her. But it's a situation. Like taking forever, frustrating situation. It's so funny. We are so alike in so many ways, and we are so opposite in so many ways. I can't. I can't. Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work. I need to grab like real cardstock. Real cardstock. Incoming. Okay. We're going to grab a piece of white cardstock. We're going to untangle ourselves from the chair. We're going to get some colored embossing powder. That one's going to show up well. Black. Silver should work. Okay. So, again, I'm going to use a silver embossing powder. I have a bead room and I have an art room. So I'm using my powder again over this. My art studio, I know, my art studio was taken over by my kids. And that was a whole situation about a year ago. My youngest son and his wife, our housing situation in Arizona is hideous. Again, I'm using the Versamark and stamping. But where they were living and had been living for 8 years, they changed property management and they were going to raise their rent by $600 a month. And I said, hell's to the no. Not happening. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to take the silver embossing powder. So I agreed to let them stay in my art studio. So we moved all of my art stuff into our spare bedroom. So that is how I ended up with an art room and a bead room in my house. So I've sprinkled that on. I'm just going to kind of fold this cardstock. I'm going to tap it off, get all the excess off, and now you can actually see what I'm doing. The reason I have a bead room is because I sell beads and I needed a place to sell from. So now I'm going to let you watch this so you can actually see what's going on and you'll be able to see the change. So watch how this goes. Right now it's very dull and flat, but once it heats and melts, you can see how it's turning shiny. And then you have that metallic and it's raised. Yeah. So, you know how you have like wedding invitations and announcements and all of that that have that raised shiny? That's what this is. It's embossed. Embossing powders come in all different colors. Um, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, what I did for our art cards, did I just recruit you, Heather, into the crazy world that I live in? Sorry. Okay. Putting the embossing drawer back. It's fun. No, it's not hard. It's not hard to recruit you. Yeah. So I love embossing. I will say when I was a Stampin' Up! Demo, um, typically if I had anybody on the fence about doing stamping or creating or any type of art, um, all I had to do was show them embossing, and they were like, "Okay, I need this in my life," because it's just satisfying to be able to do that. Okay, so we're back to our paper. Um, Fun fact: we're going to use a couple of different things. Colorways. What colorway are we going to do today, Tam? I think just for shits and giggles, what can we do? Colors do I have in here? We're going to do some bright colors. I know it's very weird for me. I have these art crayons, and they're actually water reactive. I was a Stampin' Up! Rep for 15 years. Can we also see the puppy? Oh, yeah. I need another green. One of those. And a... one of those two. Okay, let's see the puppy. The Marabou, I know. They're the bestest. Actually, they're the second best. The bestest is my Karen Diash ones, but hold on, I gotta get the embossing powder off my phone. Katie, did you text me or did you send it on Whatnot? Sweet. It's much easier to find that way. Oh my God. Uh-uh. Like, I can't. Ma'am, that is the cutest thing in the world. Susie. Oh my God. She's- oh Lord, she's adorable. Oh, ma'am. She is so adorable. Puppies make everybody happy as long as I don't have to take care of them. There's that. Caveat to that. Greta, my color guru. I want to do the purple and green, but I need a contrasting color. Orange is so bright. The yellow or the what is this one? This was a terracotta. I have terracotta. Kind of close. Mardi Gras colors. I know, right? I'm like, do I really want to do that? I'm liking the teal. I'm liking these. You love orange, red, and purple, and I know, right? I love all the things. I have all the old colors. I don't have any of the new colors because I've had these for years and years and years. This is what we have to choose from. Oh, that's not one of hers. See, my oranges. I have like a oh my god orange. It's called chili. And then I have these. Should I just stick with those? Yeah. Okay. Thanks for answering that. I might use that one. So, for this, I usually just scribble. So random. And what I'm thinking is I'm cutting this into 10 pieces. So I want a little bit of each color on each of the cards, right? Come back here, lid. So with these, you can spray water on them. You can take a paintbrush to them. Kind of the sky's the limit with however you want to do this. They're water reactive, obviously. You can put as little or as much as you want. And we're going to roll with this. Hi, Wendy. How are you, babes? Hi, everybody. We are playing in the art room. We're playing with some... We did in some embossing, and now we are doing some watercolors. I need a big watercolor brush. Yeah, that's not gonna... This is what I want. This will work. And I'm just dropping some water in here. I'm going to spread it around. And we're going to see how we do. How are you doing, Wendy? I thought of you earlier today. And then life happened and I never got around to calling you. I apologize. I'm glad you're here. I know it's awful late for everybody. I'm going to, for future, make some adjustments. See how that mandala that we embossed is resisting that? So you have that pattern. I love that, which is why I do that. They're just really rich, deep colors. You can blend them together. These colors play pretty nicely together for the most part. Thank you. We're just kind of... why I didn't get that one. Because I started playing in the green, right? It's this one too. Don't mud. Greta's always saying don't mud. Unless you want mud. And then mud away, right? Sometimes mud is good. Mud is not always bad. Mud is fun to play in. Here we are, playing in the mud. So we have our background of colors. It's kind of a hot mess right now. But if you think about when you're making master boards, they're usually a hot mess too. And then you create awesome art on them, right? Now, I can do what I'm doing here and just spread this water out. Or I can be more precise about it and just blend the edges. Oh, I almost grabbed my cheesecloth to wipe off my paintbrush. Not good, Tim. I can remove some and give some pseudo white space. Or I can leave it as is. 17,000 gallons of water. Was it an above ground? That was a dumb question. Never mind, Tamara. You just answered your own question, ma'am. Unless you had like a sinkhole under your pool. Babe, I'm so sorry. Okay. Is this pretty? Not really. The colors are pretty. But this is going to be our background. And I'm just taking my brush in water. I'm getting this wet. And I'm pulling some of the color where it's not blending well. Wendy, you need a vacation at my house, babe. I'm just saying. Hi, Patty. How are you? We're playing in paint because we can. The more I play with it, the longer it's going to take to YouTube. The more I play, the longer it's going to take to dry. So, recap here. Put the lid on the water. Now you can see where I embossed, and that's the clear embossing on the white. This is still raised, but it resists the paint. And I can actually, if I want to say this one here has a lot of paint in there, I can wipe it with a baby wipe to make it pop more if I want. Oh, Lord. Hun, I'm so sorry. And if you want white spaces, you can do the same and use a damp baby wipe to blend. That works as well. So just some different ways that you can play with this. Embossing is so much fun. They're little mini doilies. Yes, yes, they are. Oh, I'm so sorry, Wendy. Go take a hot shower and come back and join us. Or take us with you. Great to check pulse and respiration. So we have to wait for this to dry to do anything else to it, right? It's very wet. And I'm not going to torture you with the heat gun any longer. So we're going to grab another paper and we're going to do something. All right, we'll probably be here because, once I get started, I never stop. I'm going to set these aside because I have to do a second one of this. But we're going to do a different color. Set this back here to dry. I swear. Somebody tell me where I put the rest of the watercolor paper. There it is on the shelf. So this, thank you, Patty. We are doing basically painted masterboards for my ATC swap. So there's that. No, we're going to keep embossing. We like the whole embossing thing. What stamps do we have over here that we can use for embossing? I like the art stuff. Here, I'll let you look at this while I find what I'm looking for. We don't want to do a honey pot. We're going to use that. Sorry, guys, I'm flipping through my stamps. Ooh. Okay, I just decided we need birds. Birds. I don't have birds in my house. I'm just saying. But I do have this stamp, which is stinking cute. So that with the background and this, I don't know. It's an idea. I will say this though, sometimes when you have too many stamps, there's just too many to choose from, right? It's a situation. But I love this owl, but that's too big for an ATC. But I was thinking this one instead of the mandala because it's going to kind of go with the birdhouse, and it's going to give us some texture, which is what I'm looking for in this one. So we're going to do a half a page at a time. And what can we do to make this a little less annoying? That's alcohol ink. I need a dye ink marker. Hold that thought. So I want to put the Versamark ink on here first, right? Okay. We're going to make sure nothing's sticking. Well, it doesn't really matter, but this is what you do when you emboss. Keep stuff from sticking. You can also do a little pouch with some cornstarch, and it does the same thing. So what I've grabbed is my little drawer of, these are Stampin' Up! Water-based dye ink. So it's not going to be permanent. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to see where I'm stamping, but it's still going to emboss. So I'm putting on the Versamark first. And then I am taking the brush end of my marker and I'm just throwing a little bit of color around the edge. So what happens is when I stamp it on here, I have like a little outline so I can see where I've stamped. We're going to see if this works before I get too far into this. Am I experimenting? Have I ever done this before? Nope. But this is how we learn new things, right? We play and we try things. And at the end of the day, see how that left that? So you can kind of see it now, whereas before you couldn't see it at all. We stamp, we play, and that's how we learn. It's paper. This is not a massive life-altering thing. I'm just giving myself some like boundaries of where I've stamped, right? Lost my marker. Just a little around the edges so I can see where we're at. Because I lost track of where we were at again. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can. It is very faint. And really all I'm doing is just putting texture on my ATCs with this. So we're going to throw some embossing powder on this half before everything dries. Whoops, over the edge we go. And when you want to do this, you want to kind of maneuver it into a cone shape. I do have it over that embossing tray if I do happen to lose hold of this or I spill over the edge to catch excess, like right there. See, I got those two right beside each other. I'm not real fond of that, but oh well. We're committed now, my friends. You guys are watching me just make a disaster. Are you all sitting back giggling? I would be. This is one of those don't do this at home if you're freaked out about your ink pads. This is actually, I'm using a Versamark pad that I got in a Goodwill bag of ink pads, and it was pretty trashed when I got it. So I'm not real concerned about putting all of this ink in it. We'll show it because Barn Bloom was asking about what, babe? What did I miss? Oh, the ink pad. Yes. I can't see where I stamped. Oh. My marker's dying. My marker's dying. My ink pad's dying. Everything's dying. Let me get some embossing powder on this and then I'll show you. Because once I dump embossing powder on it, I can see where I've stamped and it makes it easier. Mel, thank you for the raid, love. I'm like smack in the middle of embossing. Give me a second. How are you, love? Did you have a wonderful show? See, I doubled those over. I need a couple more right there. Right there and right there. Did you have a lovely show, babe? You had a very I popped into your show a couple of times earlier. You were doing the playing cards. You have gorgeous playing cards, by the way. I got tempted to swipe and I had to leave. Tasha, hello, gorgeous. Are you home from Australia, babes? Or are you still jet setting around the world? You're home. Awesome. Well, I'm assuming that you had a fantastic week. Tasha's out here challenge us all. What are you challenging, babe? What challenge you got going on? Well, your cards are gorgeous, so. That TLR Go Live challenge for 25 days. What does TLR stand for? Somebody tell me. Tasha LeRae. Yep. Okay. I saw it a couple of times and I'm like, I didn't realize that you were doing that, Tosh. So I didn't realize it was you. I guess I should have put two and two together, right? We never said I was the smartest one in the crowd. Okay, so we got that all. I think we need one right there. And then we should be good to go. I would say that I can't go live every day. I got things going on, but you managed to go live from Australia while you were traveling and working. So I kind of feel like you set the bar way too high for normal humans. Right? What are you doing with our lives, Tosh? Ma'am. Has anybody never embossed before and has no clue what I'm doing? That was our motivation. If Tasha can do it from Australia, we can do it from home. Yeah, true. Well, I will say I have been live almost every day this week, so does that count? All right, friends. I'm going to mute you while I emboss this because it's just easier. Maybe I can mute us. Okay, we're back. So basically what we're doing, oops, sorry. Slow down. We're doing a technique called emboss resist. Excuse me. It's on watercolor paper. And what I've done is I've stamped this image. I've embossed it with clear embossing. And what happens is it creates this resist to what you're putting down. So where are my watercolors? Well, that's just wrong. So we have limited palette in here. Because we're going to do birds, we're going to do greens and blues. So when I do this, this is just a palette I made myself. Paintbrush buried. So you can either, one of two things, you can take a dropper and you can drop some water in your watercolor to activate it. And you want to let it set for a little bit just to kind of wake it up. We have a little bit of moon glow. I think it's going to be too purpley, but we'll see what happens. And just kind of let this activate. Typically, it takes a lot more paint than that, but I don't see my big paint palette up here. And I'm literally looking around going where, oh, it's right beside me. What an edge. I already got it out. That's my travel one. This is my disaster of watercolors. So we're using these are going to be much easier. Olive green. We have to have pins. You've never done embossing before. Okay, so basically what it is you take an ink. I like to use the Versamark ink. This ink pad is horribly dirty right now, but anyway, it's like a sticky ink. And it either creates a watermark or if you stamp with it, then you dump your embossing powder on it. Your embossing powder sticks to it until you can heat it. Once you've heated it like I just did, it's permanent on there. And that's the short of it. We've got 2 more to go. So, what other one did I grab? I guess we're doing blues and greens. Does anybody care if we do blues and greens? And then some sepia. And we should be good. Okay, so what I'm doing is putting water in here, and I'm just waking those watercolors up, basically. I almost spilled my whole jar of water. That would have been interesting. I'm going to take this spray bottle. It has a fine mist. This is great for crafting. If you've never seen one, it's actually the water bottles that hairdressers use. And depending upon how you pull the trigger, depends upon how much water is delivered. So you can just do little short bursts, or you can hold it and do long bursts, and it gives you a puddle. So we're going to work in that puddle. We're actually going to do a couple of puddles on here. And I'm going to start out with this olive green. And I'm going to pick up quite a bit of pigment with my watercolor brush. Probably didn't let it set long enough, but time constraints. I don't want to be here until 3 o'clock in the morning. So what you can do is you can drop that paint in the middle of where you sprayed that water and it just spreads out. Do you ever use glycerin? Versamark is a glycerin-based ink pad. You can use glycerin. It's just harder to control. So I got that water blob right over, and I'm just kind of spreading it a little bit. I want some down here, but you can see where we stamped and embossed, it's resisting that paint. But it's not going over where we embossed, right? You can tell. It's kind of cool. So we're going to do this again, but we're going to throw another color down. I'm kind of spraying in the middle of these. You be silly. Here we go. Guess it was done giving me water. And we're going to go into the Payne's Gray here. And we're going to drop some Payne's Gray in. See how that blooms out where that water is? And it kind of spreads into the green. This is how it kind of all just naturally blends in. And we're going to let it do its thing. It's going to run everywhere. I'm okay with that. We're just doing a background. I often say, don't fall in love with your backgrounds. Because when you fall in love with your backgrounds, you end up disappointed when you have to cover it, and then it limits your creativity. It's just a whole thing when you're creating. A background is to throw some color down. A background is to play. Oh, my Maya Blue is going everywhere, so we'll add some of her in there. Just a little pop of awesome color. Give me 1 second. I'm not looking at chat right now. I'm pulling the color up from the edges and just kind of spreading it around. Okay, so we have those. Good, babe. We stamped some funky images, and now we're watercoloring with blues and greens and some browns as soon as I can get to my sepia. Because, you know, who doesn't need sepia in their life for some darks? And this is, it's a grungy mess. I get it. But we're going to stamp on it. We're going to put some embellishments on it. And honestly, this is the way most of my ATCs for the swap start out. If you go back and look at some of the cards I've made, most of the backgrounds are like a hot mess like this. Oh no, I appreciate the grunge. Artist trading card. Artist trading cards are 2.5 by 3.5 inches, and they're little mini works of art. And every month I run a swap that a lot of these ladies participate in. And what we do is you create 10 cards that are the same or similar. You keep one for yourself. You sign and date them. You put them in an envelope. You put in a self-addressed stamped envelope with either cash for return postage or stamps, and you mail them off to me. I get everybody's cards and I swap them out, and then I send you 9 new cards from your Whatnot creative friends. It's loads of fun. Am I wasting paint? Yep, because I don't have patience for this right now. Get this out of my way. Set this down. Now, we need this to dry before we go any further. So, it is so fun. We've been swapping, I think it's been over a year now, all of us. Every month we have a theme. The cards are due to me the last day of the month. And under good circumstances, I get them mailed out the next week. Karen, those kinds of questions are just like heart-stopping. Please elaborate, love. Heather, where's your family flying to? Apparently not. Where is DCA? That's a good question to ask. Dallas. Oh, DC Airport. No flights in or out till Sunday. Reagan Airport. Okay. There's no flight. They've closed the airport down because of the weather. Give me a heart attack, man. Tam, I need you to tell me if I still have postage money and when do I need to send again, please and thank you. Yes, ma'am, you still have postage money. We were even at the end of the year and you sent me another 20 with January swaps, so we're good. Chemicals on the Potomac causing problems with air traffic. What? I was answering Wendy's question, babe. Okay, so this is gonna have to dry. I'm kind of trying to keep stuff up here. We need to do another one though, because I need 2 of these. Yes. We need to do another one of these. So if you want to see the process from the beginning, this is the first one we did. It's almost dry. I know I go from these grungy colors to these bright colors. But with the swap, we do 2 different sets. And I always try to make enough that I can swap with everyone. Thank you, Katie. So that's why I have this hot mess going on over here. We are going to go back to, where did I put? This is what happens when I got 10 projects going on my desk at a time. There's the mandala. So we need the mandala. Katie, what you silly girl. Thank you. Absolutely not necessary, ma'am. So we are going to emboss this page. We're going to start from the beginning so you can all see it. Okay. What colors? Wendy reminded you. Okay. Honestly, babe, I would have honestly forgot about it. So there's that. Hey, did you get your cute little babies in the mail? Damn, adorable. They're so cute. Oh, they were so cute. I have to say, they were stinking cute. Somebody said they were embossing their paper beads. Okay. Well, they went out. When did I go to town? Tuesday morning. Should either have them tomorrow or Monday. Hyper Focus gift shop. Yes. Another thing that you can use on your paper beads, and I don't know if I'm just like overstepping, but another thing for a really quick seal on them is do I have some up here? Hold on. Glossy accents. This is for a quick fix on them. But embossing gives them more of a hard. Okay. So I'm just going to shut up because you know what you're doing. You are allowed to tell me to shush and mind my business. All right, embossing. It works, but over time it will yellow. Unless you get one of the more expensive ones that has the non-yellowing formula in it. Back in the day, Heather, good night, love. Big hugs to you, babe. I'm serious. Reach out to me if you need to chat. We're going to be doing live thrifting tomorrow. Rob and I will be in town doing our live crafty thrifting if you want to come hang with us. Diamond glaze. I bet it's worth it. Because the problem is a lot of the paper beads that I made back in the day, because we used to use like the dollar store clear polish back in like the 80s and 90s. And all of those paper beads that I made back in there are just like yellowed. So, word to you if you're new at this. If you don't care what they look like in 10 years, then I also use an MP concoction that seals them and makes them matte. See, I'd be down with the matte ones. Matte would be good. Okay. Hey, I used to teach a class on making paper beads. I was last year or the year before. I don't remember. I've taught so much on here. Do you do demos on here, and do you want to join our raid train? Look at me go. I host a monthly demo raid train. It's the second Monday of every month. It's called Artisan Creative Train. And I think I have a couple of spots left for April. So it would be April 13th. Because I'm pretty sure it's been at least a year, maybe. Yeah. Teach people how to make beads. I'm teaching you how to emboss. It's just a short show. It's 30 minutes. All day long. It's 30 minutes of shows. Going through teaching people we've got we've got all the things. That's how we met Mel. She was popped into the train. Katie, I want Unique Studio Live to get on your train with her earrings. Okay. I can put her on the list. And literally message half the people in the train telling them how inspiring they were. Yeah. Nice. I mean, try to swap out, I curate the people that are in the train with what they're demoing. So we have a good mixture. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that because I won't remember that 5 minutes from now because I have a menopause brain. So, Versamark, my stamp. I'm stamping my image and I'm going to try to pay attention so I don't do what I did last time and overstamp. And then I will go back and read chat. This is just random everywhere. So we can get that resist of the mandala. And I'm thinking about where I'm going to be cutting my ATCs, although you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just roll with it and what will be will be. But I like to make sure that I have a little bit of this on each spot. Just kind of patches brain focus. Oh, I can't do any of that shit. It sucks, but I'm a breast cancer survivor, so I am not eligible to take any of the medications to help with menopause. Isn't that just fun fact? Because all the stuff that they have out for it can trigger my breast cancer. So I deal with brain fog and hot flashes and all the crazy shit because, I don't want to die. Oh, I know, Karen. See how I skated past that so calmly? Oh, shoosh. Yeah, it does. I just remained sense of humor with it. I have to say I'm very grateful. I've been cancer free for, oh crap, what year is this? 9 years, something to that effect. I'd have to do the math, and I'm spilling stuff everywhere, and it's hard to multitask right now. But they caught it very early, and I was very, very fortunate to be. I was a hospice nurse when I was diagnosed, and so I had a fantastic medical team that took impeccable care of me. And I just got embossing powder everywhere. So, some things are a blessing in disguise. It made me slow down. Because when I was diagnosed, I was working 2 jobs and doing all the things that we do as the head of our families and taking care of everything. And the universe says, no, ma'am, you need to slow down. And so I did. It's a whole thing. Nice, Katie. Yeah, I knew that stressed you out hard. But again, if you catch it soon enough, you're good to go. Okay, guys, I'm going to mute you again. And while I emboss this, so hold please. Okay, there we go. I feel like I missed some spots, but that's okay. We're good. Hyper Focus gift shop. I don't want to leave, but I need to get a bunch of stuff together for junk journal kits. Thank you for letting me hang out tonight. You are welcome to hang out anytime. Are you doing the oh no, that's not tomorrow. I was going to say the junk journal jamboree. But that's the first weekend of the month. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. I will let me do this. I'm going to give you a follow real quick. Please, oh, for God's sake. And I will be in touch with you with the information. Because I would love to have somebody demo paper beads that's not me. Oh, Lord. Well, that's going to be an anomaly. I don't normally let new sellers on the train, so we'll be good, right? It's all good. You'll handle it, right? We have until April. Learn how to raid. Do you raid when you do your shows? We will practice. You got plenty of time. It's almost a month away. Sweet. All right. No, we got this. What is your name, by the way? I'm Tam. Chris. Awesome. Yeah, we got this, right? Absolutely. We'll do practice runs. Okay. Thank you for joining us, and I will be in touch with you. So we have, I didn't get it completely done, but I'm kind of over it. So we are going to recreate the first one that we did because I need 2 sheets of it. So we are going to, I'm going to try something a little different. So we're going to use the same colors, but we're going to do something a little bit different. Good night, love. I'm going to spray this. We're going to see what happens when I spray it and then put the color down. Am I still going to have those crayon marks? Because I don't like you. We know I don't like those crayon marks, right? Much better. Much better. Okay. So we're spraying and then and then we're putting the color down. That's what we're doing. I love how it blooms out though. Just saying. Oh, splatters my heart. Splatters my heart. So you can see, like right here, that embossing. Let me see. Let me smooth this one out before I go sticking this in the air because it'll go everywhere. So you can see where I've embossed. It's resisting the paint. And that is why this technique is called emboss resist. Oh, the whole thing. I wonder if these work like my Caran d'Ache crayons where I can just get color off of here. Oh, bless it. That's better. Oh. Okay, well, I like that a lot better. Oh, get all the color off. We should probably let that dry before I go throw the lid back on it. So now we're going to go to the teal. Come on. Oh, and if you're new in here, this is actually a fine mist hairdressing spray bottle. So you can do fine mist or you can do, oh my gosh. a solid spray. Let's see what we're doing here. Alice, are you keeping me in line, love? You are, aren't you? I love you, honey. Thank you. Oh. Thought you were sending me screenshots of stuff I have to remember. So we're just putting color down. We're doing our thing. So on the other one, oh yeah, I put the terracotta on the other one. Could you get a similar effect using a white crayon instead of embossing? Yes, ma'am. I use white crayon all the time. I just wanted to show a different way. That's my go-to, is a white wax crayon or wax pastels. I could show you what that looks like. I have some beside me. That's emboss resist. Crap, those are all embossed ones. Do I have any crayon ones in here? A lot of my ATCs for the ATC swap has the white crayon in it. And of course, I can't find a single one in front of me because that would be too easy. I can't find one right this second, but yes, I do it all the time. It's the easiest way to do it. I actually like the oil pastels because you can do it with different color. You have yours from me. With the oil pastels, you can resist with different colors, which is really cool. Ooh, I got too much on there. Did I really use this color with this? Ma'am, I did. I think I just needed to calm that brightness down. Oh, there's a big puddle in the middle. Let me get rid of that. So anyway, we have all these colors. These are going to calm down. And this is, I said earlier, and I don't know if you all were here to hear this, this is kind of the same concept as making a master board, but you're doing it with paint. Same uses as a master board, but instead of collage, I was doing so good getting rid of those colors. You're using your paints, your watercolors. You can actually do this with acrylics. So we're gonna get rid of some of that cray-crayness I got going on in there. Sorry to bounce the camera, guys. Tap and dab. Another thing I showed is you could take a baby wipe and use that. So I forgot to wipe the embossing powder up before I did that, so now I have this like gooey mess back here, which I should probably just grab a baby wipe for that. Okay, that's gonna dry. We're gonna wipe this craziness up that I just created. We're gonna get rid of these because we're done with those. Put those in there. Get this wiped off, and now we need to do a second one of the other watercolor one that we did. So You'll get some tomorrow. Get some what, babe? White crayons. Do you have a white candle? Oil pastels. Do you have a white candle? Do you have a square of beeswax? Absolutely. Because with your crayon resist, it is they're wax based, so they resist the water. Okay, that's the premises behind all of this, is resisting the water. So you can use, oh, I have one somewhere in this disaster, I'm sure, but you can use dollar store crayons. You can use a candle. You can use your wax pastels, your oil pastels. Um, they're technically not oil based, they're wax based. Um, anything that is going to resist I've also done it with a white Posca pen or a white paint pen, but that's really expensive. Another thing is you can do your resist with I just made a disastrous mess there. You can do your resist with acrylic inks. Yes, because acrylic resists watercolor. Sorry, my brain is like, did I just say that correctly? Yes, I did. So acrylic resists watercolor. So you could technically paint with a white acrylic paint and get a resist. It's going to look different. All of these things are going to look different, and you're going to get different looks. So, and Tosh, I know you love to experiment. So just experiment with what resists your watercolors. So I'm putting down my little Stampin' Buddy to resist. I'm going to tap off the excess powder. I'm going to take my Versamark. I'm going to go through this right? Okay. I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to randomly stamp all over my page because I just want that texture in my ATCs. Doesn't have to be perfect. I am doing them perpendicular, and I've already lost where I've stamped, so it's going to be what it is. They may overlap, they may not. I don't know. I can't see where it's at. Usually I can, but the light in here is so weird tonight. I can't see. I guess if I need to add more, I will, right? Okay, we're going to see what that looks like and see if I need to add some more to it. So again, we're going to take my little tray. We're using clear embossing powder. And I'm holding it over that tray. So if it spills, it will go in the tray. That's a lot of embossing powder, Tams. I'm kind of holding this at an angle so it doesn't go flying. And I'm going to tip it. See how I'm holding it up? I'm just tapping that powder across this page, trying not to make a ginormous mess. Not always successful, but kinda. So I can see now where I've missed, and I can add to if I want to. Let me see. I want something sideways here. See how this goes down here? I don't have anything on these edges. So I'm just going to stamp a little bit over there. Nan, how are you, hon? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Okay. So we're going to catch these edges as best we can. We're going to see if we can take this embossing powder across this page and catch this other side that we did. And then go down this edge. Kind of reminds me of the old, what are they, the Etch-a-Sketch thingies where we kind of did all the things. Okay, well that's not perfect, but we're going to roll with it because I'm getting embossing powder everywhere. And that's never a good thing on a table that I just wiped off that's wet. We'll dump this first. Okay, we're going to get this out of our way. Put the lid on this before we spill it. We're cleaning up the mess, guys. Is everybody still with me? Did I lose you all in my disastrous mess? Are we all snoozing? I'm really sorry about the time change. I did not even think about it. Still here. Thank you, Bev. Somebody tell me you can still hear me. Okay. Again, we're going to emboss this. I'm going to mute you so you don't have to listen to this heat gun. Could you put that in a salt shaker? Would that work? You can, but how would be kind of a pain in the butt to dump it back in there. I'm going to turn this on. So if you've got earphones, turn them down and keep talking. You can also keep it in a smaller container. A lot of them come in smaller containers. I was just trying to hurry and created a huge mess. I do have all the tools here to keep from making a huge mess, but there again, I got impatient. And when you get impatient, you create messes. Yes, no? Stephanie Marie, hello. How are you? Hi, Ethel. I just glanced at. New to you. Okay. So, this is Mel was doing playing cards, and she rated into us. But she was selling cards most of the afternoon. Tasha is making paper beads. Look at me answering the questions. Sorry, I'll shut up. Okay, got that. So it's kind of hard to see. I muted it because I was running the heat gun. Hi, Iz. How are you, babe? I was running the heat guns for embossing, and it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if the light will catch it, but what this is creating, um, it creates a resist for the watercolors. No, I just muted it because it was taking forever and loud. So the embossing that I just did is going to create this resist, and we're using watercolors to add color. And this is kind of like our watercolor masterboard per se. So in doing this, what I do is I just put some water in my watercolors, and we are going to start with this green up here that I spilled a while ago, because why not? It's all over my desk. We don't want to waste colors, but Tan's in his own. So what I started... Oh, hi, Izzy. Thank you for the raid. Oh my God, I'm Idge. I said hi to Izzy. I saw Izzy. Did you have a wonderful show, Izzy? Thank you so much for the raid. It was embossing. How are you, love? I haven't seen you in a long time.
You were still on.
Huh?
I didn't realize you were still on.
Oh, I was muted.
Okay.
Embossing. You're okay.
Okay.
Did you just embarrass yourself? You're bright red.
I'm just like I'm yelling. I love you.
You're funny. My husband. Anyhow, thank you for the raid, love. I appreciate you. Were you making jewelry, or were you selling jewelry? So I've put water down, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the color into it. And you can see where that embossed part is resisting that color. And that's going to give us some texture in our background. And we're going to do that in a couple more spots. We're going to add a few different colors. The paper is going to get all warpy, and it's a whole situation. But I love how it spreads out when you just drop this in. You just load your brush with watercolor, drop it into the water, spread it around. It's that simple. Um, and you make a really awesome background with this, and it's obviously not the whole thing, but it's a very good start to creating an art journal page. This is Payne's Gray that I'm dropping in here. We all know I love Payne's Gray because, it's like the perfect navy blue, honestly, but it has a fancy name. I don't know why we don't have any color over here, so let's rectify that problem. Throw some color there. Spring market selling. That's awesome. I did not get to do a spring market show today because, life happens all the time. But I did check out a couple of shows today. And y'all are just rocking this spring market. It's awesome to see the community come together and actually show up for each other, hang out, do the things that you do, and just keep showing up, It's very important that we keep showing up. You almost didn't go live, you know? It that's the hardest part is hitting that go button, man. This is the hardest part of Whatnot, I swear. People don't understand. But I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years and I still have anxiety. Do I really want to hit the go button? The Beads about the spring market. It is hosted. It was something that Custom Wood Burning started last year. And it is a way for handmade creatives to come together. Right. The moment you hit start, it's like, okay, I'm good. It's a way for the handmade community to come together, support each other. It's kind of like going to a handmade market, but it's online. So you schedule a show, it's on Fridays, and you either sell or demo handmade items. It's handmade only. And you have to use the thumbnail that is provided by Custom Wood Burning and Lilac Bloom. And then when you finish your show, you can go on for an hour, you can go on for 2 hours, you can go on for 30 minutes. The only thing that she asks is when you get finished with your show that you raid somebody else that has the thumbnail and is participating in the market. So it's a whole every Friday there is a place for handmade creatives to go and support each other and raid into each other. There's no set times to go. You just kind of go when you can. Hi, Barn Bloom, couldn't sleep. Custom Wood Burning. Can somebody pop her in chat for me, please? Is it no? It's not a matter of too late to join. That is the beauty of it. You go when you can. Every Friday. You use the thumbnail. Thank you. You use the thumbnail and it's for March, April, May. This is the spring season. I hosted the winter season, which was the winter handmade market with Tamika with Custom Wood Burning. Lilac Bloom is hosting with her this quarter, and every quarter she has somebody else just kind of co-host with her so she has help. And it goes by quarter. Get the thumbnail, get into the group chat, title your show appropriately, and when you're done with your show, rate into somebody that's using the thumbnail. That's it. It has to be handmade. You can't sell supplies. You can't sell thrifted stuff. It has to be handmade items by you or demoing handmade. Or you can do a show with both. You can do a demo and then you can sell handmade items. You needle you stab things. Oh my gosh. I love it. We're friends. We're just friends. I love felting. It is the best in the world for anxiety. I'm just saying. Which, I mean, you well know. I was just sharing that with guys. I have paint all over my phone up here. Cats Reese, thank you so very much for the raid. Did you have a lovely show? Hey, I wasn't embossing this time, so I saw it. The thumbnail is on Canva. Okay, see? That's how out of touch I am, Izzy. So if you're interested, hello, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Did you have a good show? Everybody's like, we need crafty people. We are making master boards for ATCs. We did an emboss resist technique. Now we're watercoloring and we are waiting for this to dry. Cats for the second show for the day. Ambitious love. Awesome. What did you sell? Did you demo? Share with us what you did and what you do. Yeah, Izzy, send the link to Tosh, but Tasha, yes. Message at custom wood burning. We put her I have the file, you guys. She's at work, but maybe she's on a break. Okay. Cats Wreaths. Next show is Monday, unless another pop-up. Wreath maker, lots of supplies for sale, all wreath-related supplies and kits. Awesome. Yeah, the handmade market is awesome. I can show you. They created Lilac Bloom texted me earlier this week and said that she was creating a website because they just weren't able to maintain it on because what not only allows you to have 32 people in a group chat, which is a pain, especially when you're doing like a raid or a large group of people. I don't know if it's up and running yet, but just send a message to Custom Wood Burning and she will send you the thumbnail that you need to use and she will put you in the proper groups. Yeah, Tasha, it's been going on for a year, love. Cats Wreaths, thank you so much again for the raid. And you have a blessed evening. Thank you. All right, we're kind of waiting. We're just chilling, waiting for everything to kind of dry so we can go to step 2. I really like the way this turned out. It looks almost tie-dyed. And the fact that we're going to put birds on it, you've seen it before, you never ask about it. Tire tracks. Kinda. This one may be dry enough for us to stamp on, so let's see. We're going to set this aside to dry. Clean this mess up, that's for sure. And go to step 4 or 5. What step are we on now? Like 5? I don't remember. Any handmade artisan can get on the market. It's not a train. Yeah, it's not a train. It's you schedule your show when you want to. You go live when you want to. Step 97. I know. Are you guys just like tell me to shut up and go to bed or something? I don't know. No, you're learning. Okay. As long as we're learning. As long as somebody's appreciating it, I'm golden. Okay, got all of this. So tomorrow, Rob and I are going to be doing live crafty thrifting. That's always fun to hang out with us at the thrift store. It's just sitting on my desk. I don't even know. I have the strangest things on my desk, guys. Okay, cleaning the desk off so we can do our thing. Izzy, it's Saturday. Okay, love. Love you, girl. Take care of you. And we will see you soon. I have a watercolor pad and watercolor markers. Have no idea what to do with them, so I'm absorbing ideas. Oh, yeah. Make backgrounds. Make tags. If you have a watercolor pad, you do junk journaling, right? Yes, darling, do. So often what I will do, because these I'm making ATCs, so I have like a plethora. These are, oh, I got water on that and dropped water all over them. These are all ATCs that I cut out of what we're making right now. So like, all of these were a whole sheet of paper. I randomly stamped, which we're getting ready to do, create my background, and then I cut them out, right? But take this a step further and cut these into journaling tags. So you have your pattern and everything on one side. On the other side, either stamp lines or draw lines or glue lined paper or grid paper down, and you have a perfect journaling tag that's heavy duty and looks really awesome in your journal. I'll throw ideas at you all day long because my brain just overflows with ideas. Let's see, do I have some of my tags over here? Oh, these aren't watercolor. These are manila tags. These I threw on my gel plate, which I'm going to be doing a gel plate demo with the Atelier Raid Train Wednesday. These are all, it's a file folder I cut up into the shape of tags. Like these are like, I have a whole thing over here of little tags and things that if I feel like journaling or writing, I can just grab it, write on it, and stick it in my journal. It's a situation. And this is like a mass make, so it's easy, it's quick. No, it's not quick. I lied. It's quicker when you're not trying to show everybody how to do it and your brain is going 5 millis. Thanks, Mel. Smart Alec. hmm Yes, ma'am. Step 900. It's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all are going to be, are you done with this shit yet, Tam? Ma'am, please. Okay. So we said we were going to do birds. And now I have moved everything and lost the birds. Okay, here we go. I love this stamp. I honestly don't know where I got this stamp, but I love it a lot, right? So what are we going to do with this? You're here for it. You're invested in this. These are going to be really cool. So we threw some sepia in here. We've got the blues. We've got the greens, which dried yellow, which I'm really actually loving. So what I'm going to grab is my archival ink pad. You can use the archival, or another one of my favorites that's covered in embossing powder right now is StazOn. These two ink pads are permanent. It is like stamping with a Sharpie. Tweet. Hi, beautiful. How are you doing? Are you playing in the streets or whatnot today? You missed all the fun. I had paint everywhere. I'm showing how to make ATCs. Hi, my love. Anyway, so you look at this and is that part of, oh, it's not even cut down. Nice. Well, that's going to help me do what I need to do. I love this, but I don't want to just stamp this because that's not what we're here for. I want some grunge going on. I want some, ooh, look, we have, so I have like this music note. So these coordinate. I love this stamp too. I got it from somebody on Whatnot, and I can't remember who. They were doing a D-stash. Like, it's not even cut down. Anyway, I'm not going to argue it. It's gorgeous, and I love it. So, hi, Venti. How are you? Permanent ink. You want permanent on top of this for all the things that we're doing with this. But I may, if you're OCD, I'm sorry. Okay, that's all I got to say right now. If you are OCD, I'm sorry, because I'm getting ready to desecrate this paper. I am not even bothering to ink the whole thing, okay? I am going to push, and I'm just going to do some random stamping on here. This is, again, part of my background. And what do I say? Do not fall in love with your background. Too much caffeine and can't sleep. A lot of people can't sleep tonight. I can't sleep, so here we are playing in the art room. I'm just getting, I am doing horizontal and vertical for the most part, but I just want some pattern on here, and I want it to go with the theme of what I'm making. We're making birdhouses. Like, why not, right? Why not make birdhouses? Why not stamp some birdies in the middle of our stuff? Yeah. Tweet's always roaming the streets. She just flits in and out. Uh-oh. We're all just compost and training. 04. What does it say about me that just made me giggle? That's awesome. That's an awesome username. Sassy on so many levels. I know, right? I showed how to make it. It's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it if you have like 2 hours to kill. Because, that's how long we've been on here. I really want to get the birdies in. I'm not too concerned about the music notes because we're going to do some fill-ins with this. And you also have to take into consideration that I'm chopping this up into ATCs. So you're not going to get a full of any of it, right? I want a bird right there. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I want a bird right there. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing just on the bird. Look at a birdie right there. In there. Okay, I'm over this. Done with this. So we're gonna, again, because this is permanent ink, I'm not real concerned with it, but I'm gonna wipe the excess off of here because, we all determine that we love this stamp. 2 months from now, I may not be so precious with wiping it off, so don't shoot the messenger. Okay, we're back to the music notes. So this page is like blues, greens, sepia. We've got some white in there, so we do have our white space. But I have this fun, it's like music note background. And I actually used this on my ATC last month. So I guess I'm in a music note kind of mood. I don't know. But I do have green and blue permanent ink, right? So we're going to take, and this is what I was saying with your stamps, you don't really need a thing. Your acrylic block, I'm just inking it, and I'm using my fingers to just throw down some music notes randomly about this page, right? Yeah. You see how that's happening? Completely random. We'll do a little bit this way. I can do a tiny bit. I can do a lot. It doesn't matter because I can use my finger and determine where I want that ink to go. And again, these are going to get cut up into ATCs. So it doesn't matter, right? So I've got some green music notes down, a little bit white, and we're going to put some blue music notes down. Ink that up a little bit. And where are we going to put some blue? We're going to put some blue right underneath this birdie. Ooh, that's a bright blue. Ooh, it's a lot brighter than I thought. Okay, we're going to roll with it. Put some under there. We need some, well, let's not stick this in there. Put some down here. So this is how you just grunge collage, right? Easy enough. Done and done. Okay, we're going to stop. 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 I'm stopping. We're stopping. I'm going to just keep working with this one because it's actually dried and it's late. And yeah, I'm sure my husband would like to see me sometime today, right? Stamp happy. Step 99. Stop. Okay, I'll stop. I'm not done. Not done. I'm going to show you. This is where you need to take notes. hit screen record or something. I don't know what you want to do, but this is important. This is how you cut 10 ATCs out of one sheet. Okay. Let's see if I can get this in here. All right. I have this written down. I have the pattern somewhere that you can purchase, the hard copy. Thanks, Tweetco made me do this. You can purchase this. Is the printout in the bin? Shut straight up. Watercolor takes time to dry. I don't remember if it is or not, but I will put it there. Do you remember what I called it? Ah. I can't find it, Tweet. I don't remember what I called it. Watch. Add. Temporary. I'm just going to do temporary. Stickers. ATC cut guide. And it should have like the 78 cents or 74 cents shipping on it. There you go. I made a new one because I don't know what I did with it, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I mailed yours in Happy Mail. Yeah. I know. I totally corrupted you guys. Okay. So your first cut. All right. Ready for this? Long ways. Let's see if I can take this up a little bit more so you can see more of what I'm doing. Okay. You have your paper. This one's 9 by 12, but this works with the 8.5 by 11. Okay. Your first cut is at 3.5 inches. So you're going to cut 3.5 inches. Set that aside. You're going to cut 2.5 inches. Now, if you're using 8.5 by 11, you have 2.5 left. If you're using the 9 by 12, you need to cut 2.5 again. So you have 3 strips, 2.5, 2.5, and 3.5. So we're going to take this 2.5 inch strip, turn it a 90-degree angle, and you're going to cut at 3.5. 1, 2, and 3. So then you're going to take your next 2.5 and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to repeat it. And if you have a guillotine blade, don't use your hand to push it up. It's really sharp. 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. Then you're going to take your piece that's 3.5 inches wide and you're going to cut. What is in my way? trying to knock over the water for the whip paint. Excuse me. Okay. You're going to cut the 3.5 at 2.5. So you've got it 3.5 wide, and we're going to cut off 2.5-inch pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we have here is 10 pieces that are 3.5 by 2.5. We have some excess. That's fine. We're just going to set it aside. And this is going to be the base for our ATCs. I'll take you back down. So this is going to be the base for our ATCs. Every single one of them is going to be different. Every single one is different. So here, I have 10 of these. So now I'm like, okay, so how am I going to decorate these? I love the birds. I love how that looks. And we pulled this stinking adorable stamp set out. Sweet, thank you. We all learn from each other. That's what we do, right? Here's a piece of card. This is a little doohickey that I embossed earlier to show you embossing. So is my little house. This is what I can do is maybe. Hi, Linda. How are you? We're making ATCs, or we're working on it. We're getting there, right? It's been a process, you guys. So I'm going to set this on here. I'm going to go, is this going to be awesome for my ATC? I love, thank you. Bevman, before the end of the night, I will be giving ATCs as Happy Mail. Yeah, I do. I always send, well, I don't say always. I do ATCs, I do inspiration cards, or I do ephemera packs. That's pretty much all I do for giveaways these days. So I'm testing this out. Do I like it? It's kind of cute. I don't know. So just to see what I want to do, because, you know, why not play with it? We're going to grab this stamp. We're going to toss these aside because we don't need those anymore. We're going to grab our little house. Is there a place that's wide enough to accommodate that? There we go. Okay, we're going to grab this. Somebody tell me what pile I threw that brown ink pad on. Ah, this one. We're going to stamp it in permanent ink. I'm like telling you my process for creating ATCs right here. Stamped it with a brown permanent ink. I'm stamping it on cardstock, straight down. I'm holding it for about 3 seconds to let that permanent ink soak into my cardstock. It's just an old trick to get a good image, pull straight up. Okay, so there's that. So what am I going to do with this? Obviously, we're going to fussy cut it because that's what Tam does with everything. Okay, that's out of my way. So we're going to just fussy cut this out real quick. One of the best things with fussy cutting is hold your scissors straight and use your non-dominant hand to turn your paper. You're going to get a much smoother cut when you do that, and it's going to be a lot less pressure on your hand and your wrist. Just clean, straight cuts. When you have to turn, use your non-dominant hand to turn that paper. Notice my scissors aren't even, they're just like straight up and down, staying where they need to stay. And I'm maneuvering my paper within my scissors that are just cutting. Straight cuts, even around curves, turning it. You're going to get a smoother cut. It's easier on your hand. All the things. I'm going to chop that piece off because it's just in my way and I don't need it. Again, turning those corners with my left hand, cutting with my right. If you are left-handed, just reverse that. Cut with your left hand and turn with your right. See how smooth? There's not choppiness. There's not this and nonsense. It's just done. Okay. All right. So, what does our house look like on here? Our house looks kind of cute on there, but I think our house will look a lot cuter with coffee dyed cheesecloth because everything's better with cheesecloth. Just ask Karen. Karen's probably sleeping. Distress. Absolutely, it's going to get distressed. Everything's going to get distressed before this is said and done. I actually did ribbon for this, and you want to know where I left it? In the kitchen and sitting in a coffee cup on the edge. I'm just going to cut a piece of this so I'm not dealing with so much of it. So how I drink a lot of coffee. You guys obviously know this. I take a piece of cheesecloth, I wad it up, I stick it in a cup. I pour some coffee over it to where it just covers it, and I pop it in the microwave for a minute. I dump the coffee, I let it sit until it cools. I dump the coffee out, I squeeze it out, and I throw it over my shelf over here to dry. That's how I coffee dye. Pretty straightforward. That's how that's gonna go. There's no, I mean, I know there's good processes and all the things for all the different ways to do it. But yeah. Okay. Chop that. So with this, we need all the things up here. So this is Vintage Photo. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough, but we're going to try. So we're going to distress the edges of this. see something. Here's the thing, if I mess this up, I can make another one. It's just a piece of paper. But, oh, hi. I kind of feel like that I want a little bit of green in there. I think I have... Everything's falling. I do have a green one. But I don't want a ton of green. You know what I mean? Oh, that's not green. That's black. Oh, well. It's going to be green now. Shh, don't tell anybody. So maybe just a little bit, like just a tiny. Not the whole thing. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so where is my... God almighty. Sorry, guys. Keep whopping the camera. I really prefer walnut stain for distressing, but, you know, personal opinion. I'm going to do the edges of my card because it looks kind of lost here. And I'm going to pull everything together. I did put some sepia into this, so it's kind of pulling the browns together. But I want a definitive edge around there. So we've got that. We've got... You know, I cut a piece of this off, didn't I? I did. I've lost it. I've lost it. Completely lost my full mind. So throw this on here. We're going to throw this on here. That's boring. So boring. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. How big is that hole? Where's my measure? Or my measure? Trying not to hit this. How big is that hole? I don't know if I have a 3/8 inch punch. But here's my thought process. A piece of paper. And it is... Where's a pencil? Oh, my drawing stuff's in the other room. Okay, so we've got... Did we say 3/8? Did I say? That's the question. A little over a quarter. So we're going to go there. They're all like, what the heck are you doing, Tam? Well, I'm thinking that I have this tiny little square to work with. Itty bitty circle right here, right? But the question is, can I draw a little birdie to be poking out of that hole? So if I could cut this hole out and have a little hand-drawn birdie head in there, that would be stinking cute and it wouldn't be boring anymore, right? Yep, that's what she's going to do. She's going to draw 20 birds for that itty bitty hole. Now I could cut this with an X-Acto. I mean, let's face it. Where's my, I have a pad here. It's a cutting mat. I'm going to hold, no, I put that up top so I can do this. I need a sharp blade. Why did she not go look and see if she has punch that size? I don't know. Here we are. It's a whole thing, my friends. It's easier for me to cut a hole with an X-Acto knife than it is to find the 3/8 inch punch. No, I'm not doing this through the camera, so if you can see my head, I'm sorry. But that was just too much. Okay, did I get it all? You know, I do that very often. Bev, seriously. I did that. I did trading cards for giveaways and to sell for my artisan creative train. And I did I hand drew the train and cut it out, and I'm like, I'm not drawing this another freaking 9 times. So I took it in and I scanned it and I did exactly what you're saying. I created a whole page of my hand-drawn trains. And so I use that same train very frequently for a lot of my train ATCs. I also did it when we did the State of Your State artist trading card swap. I hand drew all the cactuses, all the cacti. I drew the cacti and used that. I like the opening. It gives it more oomph. I've lost my silly little birdie. I don't like this bird, but you get the idea of what it's. I'll make a good bird, but like a little birdie poking out and looking at you. That's how that's gonna roll. Okay, so y'all, we figured out one of my ATCs. I think we're done. I'm gonna put some embellishment up here. I always just kind of add more. I may do some hand drawing on here, but this is going to be for the artist trading card swap for March. If you are so inclined to join us, they are due the last day of the month. You make 10 ATCs, keep one for yourself. I love you, Mel, so much. We definitely have got to be friends. Yeah, make 10. Our sense of humor is just so aligned. It's easy, just a lot of steps. Make 10. Keep one for yourself. Sign and date the back of them. You don't have to have fancy dancy stamps. You can get fancy dancy stamps, but you don't have to have them. You can legit handwrite your information on the back of your cards. These are my January ones. Our theme for January was do what you love. I did 3 different ones because, had things to do. You'll get some amazing cards. You mail me 9. We do 2 groups. So if you want to join both groups, you do 2 different cards and mail me 18. Put a self-addressed bubble mailer in there. Either send me cash for postage, so I buy the label through Pirate Ship. That's the cheapest way to do it. Or if you're not comfortable mailing cash, you can send me postage stamps. And they're due to me by March 31st. Whatever, I don't know, whatever that day is. Tosh, it's usually around $5.80 if I get a Pirate Ship label. If you send me stamps, the post office charges me $8 per package in stamps. Hold on, I'll grab my notebook and I'll tell you exactly. So I legit write down what each person's postage cost. Let me find the right month. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. So to get a label, going to Georgia, I'm trying to think who's in Georgia so I could tell you. It's like $5.85. Excuse me. March is in your house, houses or in your house. Now, Binty Pup, here's the thing is, Rachel is the star of Friends. That's who Rach is. All of my themes are very open. I want everybody to be able to participate. Good night, baby. Get some sleep. Thank you for hanging. It can be a literal house. It can be what is in your house. So you have a plethora of art supplies. It can be paintbrushes. It can be themed around your art. Maybe you have a bunch of houseplants that you love. Do botanicals. Maybe you have your grandkids at your house and you want to do little kids. Alice, Gifty Gypsy, she has her doggy in her house and all over her, and he loves me when we're video chatting. He runs to the phone. That's a whole nother issue. Or she. I said he. Good Lord, Tam. She runs to the phone. It's open to your own interpretation. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a good start, and I'm gonna roll with it a little bit more. I just realized I have a Boston Terrier stamp. You're using it. There you go. Make some cards. If you are joining both groups, and here's the thing, if you love ATCs or you love creating and you love getting other people's art, think about the fact that it's going to cost you about the same postage wise to send me 2 sets as it is to send me 1. You cannot do the same card for each group because a lot of people do 2 and then they'll get 2 of your same card. Do a different design. Like here, I did a different design for each group. So group 1 got this card, group 2 got this card, right? Send me 9. Keep one for yourself. Sign it, date it. You don't even have to number them if you don't want to. But sign it and date it. And make sure you keep one for yourself. Because 5 years from now, you're going to want to go back and look at your ATCs and go, oh my gosh, I made this. And now 5 years later, I'm making this. It gives you just a bouncing point and a way for you. And I keep all of my cards that I make for the swaps in a separate container. If you want in on the swap, let me know. I will add you to our swap group. We have a group on here on Whatnot in the chats. And that's where you'll get my address and all of the chitter chatter of what everybody's doing and how much I drive everybody crazy and, all those things. Yes, yes. Okay, guys, I really need to go. I love you all dearly. Thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate you all. Let's find somebody to raid. Who's on? Red Rock. Do we want to go see Red Rock or do we want to go see Fee? Naomi, thank you for your purchase, love. Good night. I will see you all tomorrow. Toodles. I'll see you all tomorrow for live crafty thrifting. Rob and I go thrifting every Saturday, and we look for things that you can upcycle, that you can Lord, Fee's still on. She was on like 3 hours ago. We go thrifting every Saturday afternoon. It's probably evening for a lot of you. We focus on crafting stuff. We also get into linens, decor, fabrics, all the things. But I always like to say, hey, this item is available and you can do this, 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 and this with it. So it's often goes above and beyond a shopping trip. It's a learning trip of what you can use things for to repurpose. So much love to each and every one of you. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a blessed rest of your night or a good sleep. Bye.